Hey guys, Stephanie here. So this is going to be a what to do with my Gelli Prints idea video. Now, this is not my original idea, although I had an idea to do something similar, but this turned out a little bit different because I watched Dee Dee Willingham in her one of her live streams do something similar to this. So essentially I just merged her idea and my idea together. But I thank Dee Dee for the inspiration to do this because I had something just a little bit different in mind for what I was going to do originally for my Gelli Prints. So this is going to be, what are we going to do with all these Gelli Prints, right? We got all these stacks of Gelli Prints. What do we do with them? Well, here is a few ideas you can try, okay? So this is what I'm going to show you today. And what I did was, I will start from the very beginning, but I'm going to show you some of the ones I'm working on. Something like this, which is very pretty. I love how these turned out. Absolutely gorgeous. And I will go over what I used for them and everything. But I'm going to start from the very beginning, okay? So don't worry. This is going to be a bookmark. Oh, it's upside down. So very pretty. Beautiful. Okay. This is going to be a card. All these are going to be cards, bookmarks. So we're going to have ideas for some cards, some bookmarks, some art prints, and other things that you may want to, art cards that you may want to do with your Gelli Prints. Okay. So, yeah, I made these, and the way Dee Dee made them, she made them look really easy because, she's a great artist and everything. Yeah, it took me a while because from concept to design to laying it out how I wanted to look and everything, I had a certain vision as I went along in the process of how I wanted to do it. So it took me a little bit longer to create these than it did when she did them in her live stream. So I wanted to put my own spin on it and give you my version of how I made these. So yeah, they turned out so beautiful. And I made a lot of them, and I'm only going to show you a few. For time reasons. Oh, wait, that's always upside down. It's a mushroom back there. So, and this is the art glitter glue that I put on all of these. I'll show you the glues and stuff that I made, okay, once we get to that other point. And there also, I outline each card with gold paint, and I'll get to that as well, okay? So, these two I did with the gold paint. This one I outlined with the gold paint. I mixed two kinds of gold paint. These two right here, I mixed the metallic pure gold, and I mixed the Inca gold. So I mixed these two, and you have seen these in some haul videos in recent times, okay? And you've seen all of my glitter glues that I did in recent times that I used in this process. I have not edged these up with gold yet, but I wanted to save these, to show you how I did it. So let's put these aside and let's go ahead and start at the very beginning, okay? So this is what we're going to be working on today. Absolutely gorgeous. I am so in love with these, y'all. I am hooked making these. Like I said, it took me a while to figure out my layout and how I wanted it to look, and I have to let things dry because I have a tendency to touch it when it's not dry and it just totally messes it up. So I had add drying time to all of this. So that's why it took me a little bit longer. And when you do yours, you may want to consider that, especially with this glitter glue. This has to dry. You can do it with a heat gun, but I personally like to let it sit for a few hours, 2 or 3 hours, make sure it's completely dry before I even touched it. Went on to the next thing. More than likely what I did was I just let this dry overnight, and then I came back, the day or day after and started to work on it again. That's just my tip because it takes a while for the stuff to dry, okay? So let's start at the very beginning, and I will show you everything that I used, and then we'll go through the process, okay? All right, guys. So here's how I started. I essentially broke this watercolor pad down that I got at Hobby Lobby, and I showed this in a recent haul. And this is how the paper looks. Just, white watercolor paper. It's a 11 by 15 size, and I cut it up. Okay, I cut it up into these. Okay, these different sizes. Cut it up into like an art card size. Although I know art cards tend to be 2 by 3 or whatever it is. I like my art cards just a little bit bigger. So I made a little bit bigger size art card. So I did that. I cut down some bookmarks sizes. And I cut down a couple sizes for the bookmarks because I don't know. Some people like a bigger bookmark. Some people want a smaller one. So I made 2 sizes of that one. So I'll show you that. This is all the black cardstock that I cut up. I'll talk about that in a second. And then I did like some 5x7 size cards. Okay, 5x7. And then these are, what size are these? I forgot what size these are, guys. Hold on. These are like just about 6.5 by, let's see, hold on, 6.5 by 7.5 size. So these are more for art card size, like bigger art cards, you know. And I essentially just cut the black cardstock down, you know, just a tiny bit bigger, so I can put it on here like this, you know, to kind of have it like a nice little background. So I did that for each individual one. Now I did this for the bigger one here. This is more for a larger art card that you can, you know, maybe put in a frame or something like that. And then this one, the white part, is 7.5 by, it should be 7.5. Yeah, so 7.5 by 7.5 size. That's what this size is. So that's the bigger one. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sizes from this paper pad. Okay. So that's what I did. And I essentially did that with the black cardstock as well. I just cut down, you know, the different sizes to go with the bookmarks. You know, some, like I said, these are 2 different sizes, big and small. You know, you can measure it out however you like. If you want them bigger, make them bigger. If you want them smaller, make them smaller. It's up to you. This is what I wanted. I like this. And then, of course, you know, that you can lay it out like that. Okay. So I did that. I made the smaller ones here. These are just extra little pieces that I had. So I, you know, for extras or whatever. And then I used this black cardstock. It's going to flash out. Sorry, but I wanted to show it to you. It's from Hobby Lobby. I used it because I thought it made it look a little bit more sophisticated. So that's why I use the black cardstock. But you don't have to. You could just put them on whatever card you want, okay? So that's that. So that's essentially, guys, step 1 in the process. So you see I have all these waiting in the wings to be made. And I'm so excited that, you know, these are going to be so gorgeous. Hold on. So you know what? Let's put a few ones aside, so when I pull them out you can see how they look against the black cardstock. Okay, so let's put that aside. So yeah, cut this down to this size. So I got like 4 different sizes, 5 different sizes out of this paper pad. Okay, that's what I did with that. And then you can do the same with this 12 by 12 paper as well. Okay, so this is step 3. Did I say step 1 and step 2? Yeah, step 3. This is how the art card size, and this is what I did. These are my Gelli Prints. You know, the ones that I want to use in projects. Some of them I'm going to be using for my printables. But I just essentially took these and tore them up and put them on here. Okay, that's what I did. I stenciled these. I stamped these. Like this is stenciled, this black one. This is beautifully stenciled in gold. These are ones I'm going to eventually tear up and put in, you know, my projects here. I haven't stamped or did anything to these yet, but, you know, they're next. They're waiting in the wings to be, you know, stamped. Like, look at that one. You know, Gelli Prints. So these are going to be great. And they're all on different types of paper. So you can use copy paper, which I use on some of these, and you can also use rice paper or onion skin paper, if I can even say it. I use all of the above on these projects, okay? I use what I had available. And here are just some scraps that I had that I put on the project. This is just copy paper right here. So you see how I just tore it up and, like, you know, laid it down with a glue stick or whatever. I use my glue stick. And then I just laid it out how I wanted it to look, right? So you can do it like that. And then I, you know, tore up this is onion skin, I believe. And I just laid it on here on this, on the watercolor paper. Ready to be collaged and painted, you know, with the glitter and stuff. I stamped and stenciled these before I put them on the card. I think that makes it a lot easier in my opinion, but again, when you're making yours, you're welcome to do whatever you want. I just thought it looked really, really cool like this, you know, with the different color stencils and the stamping and all that stuff. So here's this one. This is really, really cool. Love that. That's a bookmark. And this is a kind of another size bookmark, a fatter one. But I might end up cutting that down, maybe. But I like it. I actually have some bigger bookmarks that I got years ago, and they're like this size. I love them. I still love them. They were just the best thing. But you know, everybody's different. So I think these would be great to gift and everything. So again, I stamped and stenciled these before I put them on the watercolor cardstock. Very cool, right? Because, you know, I had a big old pile of Gelli Prints here. So this is just a great idea to use your Gelli Prints, all the ones that you make, you know. You can stamp them, stencil them, paint over them, whatever it is you want to do. And I think they came out really, really cool. So, and then that one, and here's one that's going to be a card. I love this one. Wait, it's true. That's two. One stuck together. Okay. Like this one's gorgeous, right? Isn't that pretty? And then you can, you know, tear them up and put them on here. So these I just I tore around the edges and just put it on here with some glue. And then these you could just tear up and put it on like that. Kind of cracked. Kind of looks ancient, you know. I wanted it to have a certain feel to it. So this is what I did. So I love that. Okay. And then this one is really cool. This layout. Kind of funky and disjointed, but I love that. Right? So these are going to be cards. Greeting cards. And I'll show you what I did. Here. So here's the thing. Now this is a card. You know, like a regular 5x7 card that I had in a pack. I think I got these a Tuesday morning. So your deli papers, you can tear up and put on, you know, your just regular cards if you want. I just tore this up because I wanted to see how it looked, and I wanted, you know, to see how it will lay down on top of this card. It lays down great. So I'm going to probably do the same thing with this, although this is going to be a separate process than what these are. So yeah, so if you have all these, you know, other cards, blank cards, you can certainly do that with your deli papers and your Gelli Prints. Okay, so that's another idea. Now this is just black cardstock right here, right? Just a 5x7. So check this out. So, oh wait, I didn't show you this one, guys. Look at this one. Isn't this the coolest thing? Like, look at that Gelli Print. I use magicals on that. Right? Very pretty. And what magicals are like pigment powder. By this one, you get 5 in a pack from Lindy Stamp Gang. I got them on Amazon. You get different colors, and they turn colors when mixed with paint or liquids or anything like that. They're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I love these so much. So then I stamped it. Then I, you know, went over, inked it, and did I did a whole thing. And that's what took me so long, is that I had all these Gelli Prints, you know, on deli paper and copy paper, but they were kind of plain. So I thought, you know what, we're going to jazz these suckers up. So I stamped on it and inked it and, you know, stenciled it and did all this other stuff on it, put magicals on it. So I wanted it to look really, really fabulous. So this is how it looks. Okay, so now let's use this one as an example. So look at this, 5x7, right? Cut down to 5x7. The watercolor papers on a card. How cool is that? And you now have yourself a really unique, beautiful card. You can put a sentiment on this. You can put some ephemera on this after you jazz it up, or whatever, because that's what I intend to do. So yeah, it's going to be really, really cool once we're done, okay? So yeah, that's it. So that's the whole point of doing this like this, is to make your cards, your bookmarks, etc. So yeah, see, I kept all of my extra pieces for my Gelli Prints because I'm going to use these. Even this, look at how little small pieces I kept. I'm going to use all these, y'all. Yeah, we're not throwing anything away. Don't throw them away, because you can always layer them and, you know, keep them on there. And like, here's some collage pieces, okay? I'm going to show you the next process in this. So this is what? Process number 3, I think I said. Yes, 3. I think 1, 2, 3. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I got a collage piece there, right? So yeah, these are my Gelli Prints. Went through that. All right, now let's get on to the next process. And I'm going to show you that. So this is just an idea of how to use your Gelli Prints. So we're going to have, you know, 5 ways to use Gelli Prints. There you go. 4 or 5 ways, depending on if you want to do the work or not, because it is a little bit time consuming to cut all this paper down, you know, to lay it down, let it dry. It's a little bit of a process. It's easy, but it's still a process. So just so you know, okay? So let's put that there. Now let me show you the next process, okay? Okay, guys. So now the next process, you can either skip this or not. It's up to you. But I thought it was cool when Dee Dee did it, and I wanted to add my own flair to it. So you can use your collage bits to put onto your designs here. You know, like, not that I will put this on here, but I took this out of this book, and you can just cut around it, fussy cut it, and glue it down, and you have yourself some really cool designs, right? You'll have some cool designs like, you know, the butterfly and the cheetah. So this is a collage bit. This is a vellum wing from Tim Holtz. So you can use ephemera as well. So I pulled out my ephemera here. This is the Tim Holtz, you know, botanicals. And you can use butterflies or flowers or whatever it is you choose to put on your stuff, you know. I thought the butterflies looked really, really cool. They flowed with the piece that I was doing, and so I used them. I just took the smaller butterflies, and, you know, I just glued it on there. And you can put your whatever it is you want to put on here. So I thought it looked great with what I was doing. So I went through this book, Extraordinary Things to Cut Out in Collage. And I just showed some pieces to collage with. Like, look, I cut all this out, cut out some statues, and you can really use anything you want. I mean, you know, it's really a personal choice of yours, but I'm just showing you what I did. I cut out some seashells. I did have to fussy cut this. So if you don't like to fussy cut, then it's probably not your thing. But I fussy cut some seashells, and I added some fish, and, you know, this is a really, really cool book. I have a couple of different collage books or stickers. You can also use stickers on your pieces. Okay. You can use animals, whatever you want to use. I thought, you know what, these are kind of exotic looking, so I want to use some exotic animals, you know. I use a mushroom in a couple of them. So that's just to give you an idea how you can collage your pieces here. Okay. So seeing, I use the cheetah here and a vellum butterfly from the Tim Holtz butterflies packet. But again, like I said, you use collage pieces, you know, fussy cut that around and stick it on there, slap it on there. You can put two pieces, and she did Dee Dee made a good point, you know, keep it simple. You don't want to start adding all the stuff on here and it makes it look junky. I think two pieces is perfect. That's just what I think, but you can add as many as you like. I think two pieces is just enough, in my opinion. But, you know, people do different things, so that's just what I like. See, I just added, and I added two pieces is mostly to all of them. There's a couple that have 3 pieces, but I'm not going to show those today. Okay. Like these have 2 pieces, the mushroom and the little diamond there. And I like that they're kind of camouflage, but you can still see them. I think that looks really, really cool. Like this has a little sea flower, and that's a seashell. You know what I mean? Really, really cool. This has, look at that cool giraffe, and then the butterfly. I like the contradiction. I love a contradiction in art and in crafts and things like that. You know, the hard versus the soft, the tough versus the strong. I love that. So that's generally, even when I'm making jewelry, I like, you know, the pretty and soft and pink with the sort of industrial. I love that sort of contradiction. Love it. I think it adds a certain element of interest to your work and makes it more beautiful, in my opinion. You know, I got our nice pharaoh here with a fish, you know. And then okay. So now we talked about collage, right? So we talked about collage. Now let's put this aside. I'm going to show you how I did the cards and stuff, okay? Hold on. Oh, one more thing. And then speaking of stickers, here. This is a sticker book. The Antiquarium sticker book with over 1,000 stickers in it. So you can also, if you have a sticker book, you can pull some stuff out of here to put on your cards if you want. If you were making cards, bookmarks, art prints, whatever you want to do. You know, they have literally 1,000 in here. I've used some of them, and they have different ones, you know, fish and flowers and seashells and shoes and all kinds of fun things in here to use. You know, clowns, cats, like some of these geometric shapes. So they got a lot of stuff in here to use. They got alphas, if you want to put alphas on it, which I think will be very interesting. So yeah, you can use whatever it is you want to use in your design. Okay. Now these images are flat in this book, but if you want something would have a little bit more shine to them, a magazine piece would probably work as well. You know, if you cut an image out of a magazine, that might work as well. So this is just one more idea to use in your cards. Okay, now let's go on to the next thing. Okay, so let's use this one as an example. I used this glitter glue on this one, the tangerine glitter glue. I got it Hobby Lobby on sale for $1.24. What I did was, and I was going to save one to do it on camera, but I already finished them, except these. I just made a watered down version of black paint, and I just took a paintbrush, swirled it in the black paint, and drizzled them over the thing there. That's all I did. I let it dry, and then I put the glitter glue on it. You know what? Let's go ahead and do one just to... Oh, but you know what? I'm not done with these yet. See, I'm kind of in the first stages of doing these because I haven't added any collage elements to this, so that's why I kind of saved them. So I can't do these. So I'll just tell you what I did. You know, water down some black acrylic paint, and I just took the paintbrush and just drizzled them over the paint, over the card. I let it dry, okay? Overnight, I let it dry on all of them. That's what I did on all of them. Let it drizzle. That's what I did. And then I used some of the black magic on top of the black paint. Now, you don't have to do this. I thought it looked kind of cool when I did it. I got this at Hobby Lobby on sale for $1.74. It was on reduced price, clearance, I guess. So that's what I did. And I thought it adds such a beautiful element to what it is I wanted to do. Okay, this kind of glittery, kind of black, glittery finish to it. I really was just going to you know, add the glitter glue on top and be done. But I thought, I wonder if I add the black glitter. Oh, knocking over my stuff, y'all. Hold on. I wonder if I add the black glitter, how cool would that look? Well, it looks very cool. So I love that. So again, Dee Dee didn't do this in her stream when she did these, but I did it because I'm extra like that. And, you know, I love a little glam and a little glitz. So I wanted to put my own spin on these, and that's exactly what I did. And then after this dried, this black one here, I use this orange one, this tangerine. I just went over it and, you know, swirlies. And that's what I did. And let that dry. See what I mean? You have to let it dry in stages. Just a tip. Because it has to be totally dry, so it won't all run together and look like a big mush. You know what I mean? So that's what I did on all of these. Okay. And that's what I'm going to do on these. As soon as I pick out my collage elements, my 2 collage elements here, you know, for 2 of each on here. I'm still looking at some other books that I have to finish these. So yeah. Okay. So that's what I did with that. And then, so then the next step after, you know, you put in you get your collage bits down, you got your Gelli Prints down, your collage bits, your black paint, your art glitter glue here. I said art glitter glue, but it's really glitter glue. Let all that dry, right? Now, the next step after that is you want to take some gold paint, which is the step I'm at now with most of these. Okay, let's move this out of the way. So, this is at the step that I'm at now with these. Okay, after I let the black paint drizzle down, then I put some of the black magic glitter glue on top of the black paint. Okay, let that dry. And I let it run on top of the ephemera because I thought it added something really cute to it. I don't know. That's just me though. So these are my Gelli Prints in the background. Okay. And then now what I'm going to do, what Dee Dee did was she took up the gold paint and she just went around it with her finger, but I'm going to do a brush. And what I did was I mixed 2 colors of gold. These 2 colors. This is like a champagne and a gold that I mixed. And this is 2 color golds. I'm going to show you which 2 that I did. I did like I said, the Inca gold and the pure gold. And that's how they look. Okay. So one is darker, one is lighter. So I just mixed them together because I wanted a certain look to them. Okay. And then, hold on. I took my card and then I just went around the edges of them. I just kind of covered the white. And you can cover up the glitter too. It won't matter because it's going to look really cool, as you can see with the other ones. And I just use a small brush and just a little bit on the brush. Okay, you could use whatever color paint you want to use, depending on the color scheme you have. You know, I wanted to use gold because I thought it made it look more sophisticated, which is what I was going for. But you know, when you're doing yours, you can make whatever you want. You want to make them whimsical and fun or cutesy, you know, whatever you want to do. So this is how I get rid of the white part. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I thought it looked great like this. And you can use a couple of coats too. Like what I'm going to probably do is after I do this one, let it dry, work on another one, and then come back in and go over it one more time. Because I think it makes it look beautiful. And you know what? You can always laminate these too. That's another tip. Especially the bookmarks. You can always laminate those, which is I think what I'm going to do with some of them. So these going to look really, really cool. Really cool. So you see that? Look at that. Really cool. Look at that. Already filled in and everything. Oh, wait. Hold on. I'm trying not to mess it up. Very cool. So I'm going to let that dry and I'm going to add another coat to that. And I'm going to do the other one, okay? So I wanted to tell you that I added the blue Topaz on top of the black magic glue. So essentially I just used 2 glitter glues. I used both of these on top of the black acrylic paint wash that I did, okay? So yeah, that's how they came out. This is really, really beautiful. This is how it looks when it dries. Okay, so this is the blue Topaz. Look at that. It's very mermaidy. Very pretty, and it's called Blue Topaz. Again, by the Treehouse Studio from Hobby Lobby, and it was on clearance when I got it. Okay, so then this one, it was actually stickles. So I used, this one is called Mercury Glass, and look at how gorgeous that is on top of that black magic. Okay, so, you know, like I said, repeat again, the black acrylic paint, the black magic, and then I used the Mercury Glass on top of that. Isn't that gorgeous? Just beautiful. So I did use some stickles. I used most of the glitter glues I did use were these, the Treehouse brand, but I used a few stickles too. So just wanted you to know. And then for this one, I used the rainbow, the gold rainbow. So this one came out really gorgeous with like this one, right? Look at how pretty that is. Look at that hue. That is just gorgeous. It does have a beautiful rainbow effect. So you see that? Hold it up. Pretty. Very pretty. So those are the glues that I use to create these beautiful pieces. Okay. So I already put a coat on this. So I'm going to add one more coat. I just wanted to add just a little bit more on this one. You know, I've been kind of working on these. I'm trying to finish them up because I have so many of them to do. You know, I thought, just wanted to knock them out. Yeah, so see, very cool. Pretty, very pretty. All right, and yeah, so that's that. All right, we're going to work on this one. Put the gold around here. I'm going to let this one dry. And what I did, I just took the paintbrush and went into the crepe, you know, just the white part here. Yep. Now this may be a little bit busy for some people, maybe a little too much, but for me, it's just enough. I love stuff like this. I love, you know, it is still whimsical, but it's very sophisticated. It's cool. It has kind of an old world throwback feel to it. It's very pretty. It has a lot of different elements to it, and I love that. I absolutely love that. So that's kind of my thing. But this is a great way to use up all those Gelli prints that you have. It really is really great. It's a great idea. Lots of people do this. There's even a few pictures and videos on Pinterest of something similar to this. You know, a lot of people use their prints for the Gelli prints for cards and stuff. That's been going on for quite a long time. So that's not a new, you know, concept. But I had all these great Gelli prints and I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with them. And I said, oh, I'll make cards. And then I saw Dee Dee do the video and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a great idea too. So yeah, this is very cool. So yeah, so, you know, just a different way to use your stuff, you know, make something cool and different out of it. And yeah, so yeah, see, that's it. That's that. Look how beautiful that is. Never thought this orange glitter glue will look good with anything. When I bought it, I was like, who's gonna be using all this orange? I did that too. So yeah, that's these two. All right, and then I'm gonna finish up these. I'm gonna get some collage bits for these and finish these. I'm gonna do some more art cards, which I haven't started on yet. I have a few more 5x7s I want to finish, and I'm gonna do some of the bigger ones, which I haven't really started on yet. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to give you just some quick ideas of what to use your Gelli Prints for. Okay, so you have at least 5 ideas right there to how to use your Gelli Prints in different forms. You can make whatever you like. You can make your bookmarks, your cards, your art prints, whatever, art cards, all that kind of stuff. And you can always gift them and send them to crafty friends or sell them or whatever it is you want to do. Okay, so these may, be going to a few of my crafty friends. All right, but stay tuned to the channel so you'll find out. If you are not a subscriber, I would love for you to do so. Definitely check the links down in the description box to my Facebook pages, Stephanie Garrett Creative and Stephanie Garrett Jewelry Designs. And definitely give me a follow on Instagram at Stephanie Garrett Jewelry Designs and Stephanie Garrett Creative. All right. And if you have any questions or comments regarding the video, anything you saw, any products you want to ask about, let me know and I'll answer them and get back to you. And I thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Ciao.